It takes soul to withstand the waves of life and remain optimistic and moral. It is so easy to slip into darkness and to never return. But it is within darkness, within sin and suffering, that we begin to crave the light. We begin to seek purpose and strength. We begin to develop humility and understanding. Some, however, will succumb to the darkness and never return. We see many people like this today. They are ruled by their shadow, ruled by anger and false justifications. They see oppression everywhere, they feel subjugated, they feel angry. But they have not learned one of the great lessons of life. That life is hard, and it is hard for everyone. No amount of money or luxury can save you from biology, from the elements, or from oneself. They fall into the illusion of happiness and safety being out there somewhere, never seeing they are the masters of their destiny and emotions. So I will ask you, what do you fight for? Illusion or truth? Truth is the essence of God. Deceit and lies are the agents of misfortune. Just as much as cold is the absence of heat, evil alone is simply the absence of God and thus truth. But how do we know truth? This is the hardest part. We all have the innocence of the child within, and because of this, we fall for the lies we are told and buy into dysfunctional behaviors and thoughts. Most people do what they do, not because of evil, but because of innocence. The desire to be protected, to be recognized, and to be safe in some form or another can bring about the horrors of man. It seems the only way to discern truth from falsehood is to pay attention to the effect of our actions, as well as the actions of others throughout history. Actions and thoughts that bring harm to oneself and/or others cannot be truth.
The fire within man is both the agent for change and the harbinger of destruction. So what is fueling your fire? A desire for power, or the desire for force? Power and force are two different things. It would serve you well to meditate on the meaning. A man wields power, a coward wields force. When nobody is looking, what do you do? When you have a chance to be petty or violent towards those weaker than you, do you take it? Do you wish to dominate others? Or do you wish to bring out the potential in yourself and those around you? These are the decisions that decide which path we are pursuing. Power or force. All great men wield power. A power of character that is unmistakable when in the presence of. A person whose fingers are grazing the infinite, and a mind that flows with the rivers of time. Modern movies and music would convince you that a man is someone who hates and dominates, who seeks wealth of material above all else. Have you ever asked why? The war of our time is not one of nations or races, but of the spirit and the direction of human consciousness. It's not hard to see that some actions and feelings are higher and stronger than others. Joy is stronger than grief, and even anger is higher than shame. With an increase in the state of consciousness, we see that certain behaviors and feelings are more in line with truth, in line with progress, and in line with God. We live in a world that's consciousness is living in anger, envy, and guilt, and we can see the results of such levels of consciousness. This is why your attention is always needed, your outrage and opinion. Why sexuality is dangled in your face, violence and desire, choices and endless choices that don't really matter. Because if you are always